Have you ever feel stuck when you really want to do something and you are almost there but you do not know what is the next step? Have you been in a situation where you want to take a decision but you do not know what is that next decision that you want to make? Hi, this is Keerthan. So in this video, let's talk about how to achieve more clarity in any point of situation in your life. Before we understand how to achieve more clarity, so let's understand what is clarity. So you might be thinking, is it clarity is about ability? Is it about a skill? Or is it about an action that you need to take? So it's not about that most of the time. So clarity is something that which is stopping you from taking the action. Because most people do not do what they can do because they do not know what they want to do. I repeat it again for you. Most people don't do what they can do because they do not know what they want to do. Because you might be having problem today with an education system, or it can be a problem with the politics, it can be a corruption, it can be a pollution, it can be on many things. Everybody knows that the problem exists, and it is not a problem with the ability or the skill. It's the problem that people do not know what they want to do with it. And the problem is clarity. So when we have a lot of problems, when we have a lot of challenges, it's very important to understand the clarity, because people always talk about confidence. You need to have confidence to move forward. Okay, but it's very important, according to me, that you need to have a clarity before confidence. Because confidence without a clarity, and that journey is going to be a disastrous journey. Because it is something like moving in a wrong direction more enthusiastically. Because you are having a lot of confidence, you are moving forward, but you do not know where that road is heading towards. And that's a very dangerous thing. So it's very important you get the clarity. Let's consider you move into a forest and your eyes are tied with a ribbon. Okay, and when you are moving in that forest, okay, let's consider you have two more friends who are along with you. And they will actually motivate you. They will actually inspire you to move forward, take action, hustle, do something. But the only problem that you are facing right now at that point of time is you do not have any clarity. And without clarity, you will not get the confidence. Because it's something like this, okay? Confidence and clarity is like an infinite loop. So once you have more clarity, you get more confidence. You get more clarity, you get more confidence. So it is clarity, confidence loop. So people do not understand this. So only increasing the confidence, you can achieve more. No. You need to increase your clarity along with the confidence to move things forward. So but when that person is going in that forest, and if he really gets motivated, that's going to be a tragic and that's going to be a dramatic accident that which can happen. Because when he moves in that direction, so then he keeps on blaming everybody, saying that you motivated me, you told me to take action, you did this thing to me. And that's what's happening all the time. People take action to solve bigger problems without clarity, with a lot more confidence, and that's when they struggle at the end. So it's very important concept that we need to understand here. Now, let's understand the clarity with the context. So here, consider a well. Okay, and you are watching the well from the top, and if I drop a pebble in that well, so can you see the bottom of the well? No, right? So there are a lot of distraction and clutter and also ripple in the water, which will makes you get diffracted with the kind of object that you want to see at the bottom of the well. So similarly, in so many ways in life, that we want to get the clarity, but we will get diffracted with various assumptions in life. Probably it might happen when you are starting a new business. So people get married with their idea and their business, and they get the diffracted vision or the diffracted clarity of what they need to see. Because it's very important as a leader is to see the things the way it is. And it is also very important to see the things that others cannot see. So which means that here, when that clutter is there in the well, you absolutely cannot see the bottom in the way it is. So if I see here, so if this is the well and here is the water, and you have the ripples happening there, and you want to see this object where you need to see the clarity. So you cannot get this, and certain times in life, even if you want to get the clarity, this is not in your control. if some clutter is going on in your life, some distraction and things are happening, certainly there are certain situations in our life we will not have the control. So what is very important at that time is you need to give this time to settle, so that the distractions fade away and you start seeing the things the way it is. Because people who are so hurry and so frustrated to see the clarity right now, I want this right now. No, certain times you need to give that time so that it settles, so that you can start seeing the things the way it is. But in certain situation, you cannot just have the time as the reason. Certain situation, for example, let's consider the river is flowing, and because of certain situation, probably might be because of dam or because of certain obstacles of bigger stones or hills, so the water is not flowing the next. So what might be the challenge if the water is not flowing? It's not the power of the river. River already has its own power. It has its energy. So what you need to do is, it's not adding few more motors here to increase the power, and that's what people are doing. So I need to get more motivated, more inspired. No, you already have the power. You already have the power inside you, and it is something like if you just get a motivational training, something like that, it's something like keeping a motor for a river. It will work for a certain time, but it is not a long-lasting, sustainable solution. So what is very important is you need to understand, yes, the clarity, the power is already there. The only thing is you need to remove the distraction. Okay, getting away the distraction and the clutter is the solution, so that the river already has its flow and moves. So what is very important is you need to give here the space. So clarity is a game of time and space. You need to give certain time to settle the distraction, so that it gets settled, so that you can start seeing the things the way it is. And with this, you need to give more space for the river to flow. You need to give more space in order to getting the clarity, so that you can start getting the things the way it is. Now, when I talk about the space, there are 4 different ways in which it can come as a space obstacle in finding the clarity. So the space can be, first one is about physical space. So whatever you call it as body today, this is a physical space. Some challenges might come in the body. For example, if you have a health issue suddenly coming in, and if you want certain clarity in life, that might be an obstacle which is acting for the flow. You are working totally on your career, but health comes as a challenge. Then there is a problem with the clarity. What am I going to do right now? Okay, if it is a problem with the mental space, okay, if a lot of things are going on in your head saying that what other people are thinking about you, or if you're thinking most of the time about you, that's a bigger problem there in the mental space. Okay, and one more thing is in the emotional space, where you are emotionally probably a love failure or any other challenges that you might have gone through, which actually becomes a block. Because I am already telling you all the time here is that clarity is not a skill, clarity is not an ability. Clarity is just about removing and creating more space, so that whatever you want to see, you start seeing. Okay, so here also you are not adding something there, you are not doing something there. You're giving that time so that it actually settles, so that you can start seeing the things the way it is. Because in this case, certainly control is not there. For example, it can be a death in a family, or it can be an accident which is not in your control. Suddenly, if you want certain clarity at that time, you will not be having. So a lot of chaos will be going on, or suddenly a business bankruptcy. So it can be of anything. Certain times you need to give that time there. Okay, but there are certain things which are in our control of physical space, mental space, emotional space, and also with the energy space, where we can remove the blockages, where we can actually look and see, okay, this is a particular block that is happening, and that is where I need to clear up on. Okay, here are the couple of ideas that I have right now to control the things what you can do it right now, because you started understanding this is a situation. I totally understand and agree and honor the struggle that each and every individual is going right now, and there are certain times we need to give the time. There might be any other solution than that. Okay, there are certain situations where you need to work on your physical, mental, emotional and energy dimension. Okay, so here is the first idea. So for example, if you have a pipe and there is certain block, so what do you think is the solution for that? The only solution is you fully give a water with high pressure so that it moves out from that. So that is what it comes with, living your life with full scale. So which means that on a full scale, 100%, you leave your physical body, mental structure, emotional structure, and energy space. So you are totally in a vibrant state and you demand that for yourself, saying that I want to change my state. I want to increase this dimensional space to move into another dimension so that you start living your life with a full scale. And that's when you can start seeing, okay, if you are totally involved, because here in each way of attaining the clarity, so there are certain processes that you actually go through. So when you are saying a physical change or a mental change or an emotional or energy level changes that you bring, certainly it has effect on the other dimensions of the space as well, and that is going to help you in getting much more clarity. That is the first big idea. So the second idea is also to start thinking about what are the things might be stopping me. So the second thing here is removing the distraction and clutter. So how can you start thinking about how can I actually remove the space? What are the strategic ways of me thinking about how can I get that clarity? Not about thinking as a clarity to do something with it. It's about removing the clutter and removing the distraction. That is the second big idea. And the third big idea here is to explore new paths. Which means that certain times students will be having a challenge. For example, if you are a student, so which career path to choose? Certain times definitely you will not have the answer, and you might get a lot of answers from the people who are around you suggesting do doctor, do engineer, but that is a certain problem because that is not coming with you as an explorational journey. So certain time, in order to get more clarity, so if this is not working, so then the river flow is so much great, then it starts moving this way and start finding the path. Start finding a new path in that dimensions and creating a new streams of river. Okay? And that's what it means by exploring new paths, exploring a new career, exploring a new business. If something is not working for a longer time, even in spite of you giving the space, the third big idea which helps is to explore some other new alternatives. Now, let's review all the three big ideas that I have told you to achieve more clarity. So the number one big idea here is to live your life on full scale with all the four dimensions of your life, which will enable you to bypass any obstacle or distraction which can come in the way of you seeing the things the way it is. Because clarity is a problem not with the ability of skills, it's a problem with the obstacle or distraction. That is the first big idea, where you give it all. You live your life on full scale with all the four dimensions. The second big idea here is to remove all the clutters and distractions. So whatever in the best possible way, wherever you see, because for a distraction, awareness is the key. So when you are aware that this is the distraction that I am seeing right now, so that you can actually start working on to remove that. That is the second big idea. And the third and very most important idea here is to explore. For example, if you are finding a challenge in a career path that you do not know what to choose in, or it might be a challenge in relationship or health, so explore newer paths so that you can start finding newer streams of directions and clarity in finding the things that what you really want. So I hope that these ideas have added immense value. Okay, if you enjoy this video, so please share this video with your friends and colleagues, and also comment here below. I would love to hear from you. So what is that something that clarity challenges that you had and how did you solve? So look forward to see you in the next video.